Hi, this is Pinto Narane.
And I'm Bilo Narane.
We are owners and winemakers at Rasa Vineyards. We fell in love with wine way back in '92. My brother Bilo had moved out to Silicon Valley for work after college, and I would visit and we'd go to Napa Valley several times a year. And then about 2 years later, we were in San Mateo at some kind of a wine store that was going out of business. And they had, what was it, the 88 Mouton?
88 Mouton, Mouton Rothschild. It was pretty close to the time that I was actually finishing up my master's degree at Stanford. We saw this 88 Mouton, and it was a princely sum. I had zero money. It was a princely sum of around $66, $67. And Pinto said, well, you know, you're only going to be graduating once from Stanford. So he generously offered to buy the bottle. And over the course of about 3 days, we tasted this wine, and it was an otherworldly experience for us. We had never tasted anything like that with such complexity that just kept developing.
And it kept developing over the next couple of days.
And that's when we were hooked, right? We're like, okay, got to learn more about this wine thing, and that's when we became really just kind of obsessed about it.
I remember you actually made shrimp scampi, which does not go with Porto, but it was great nonetheless. So after that, we got really hooked, and we were tasting at least 500 different wines every year from all around the world. Attended every tasting that we could, read every book that we could, and we envisioned starting our winery someday. So then in '06, Bilo applied to the UC Davis master's program.
Well, we started talking about having our own winery someday and leaving Tech World in 2000. Actually, was our first discussion. We're like, it would be cool to leave Tech World and go do what we love, type of thing. And in 2005, I said, hey, if you're serious about this thing, I don't mind going back to school. At the time, I was single. No way Pinto could go. He's 3 kids, and it wasn't possible for him to go back to school. So I applied to UC Davis's master's program and got my acceptance letter in March of 2006. So I called up Pinto. I said, hey, I got in. How serious are you? You know, time to make a decision. And he said, if we don't do this now, we'll be old men someday regretting this. Let's go for it. So that's kind of launched the whole thing. Went to Davis, and kind of halfway through the master's program in 2007, everything just kind of lined up for us to launch Rasa up here in Walla Walla.
Yeah, right? We were both here in February of '07, and independently we both had the same feeling, which was Walla Walla in '07 was where Napa was in the mid '80s, where Sonoma was in '92, '93, and we saw the same trajectory for Walla Walla. And while we weren't early to the game, we weren't late either, and we felt that we could come here, make world-class wine, and be a market leader as well. So we decided Walla Walla was the place to be. And in '07, before Bilo was out of school, we made 2 wines, a QED, which got 94 points, and a Principia, which had gotten a perfect rating. So it was a great way to start.